My childhood, I used to love watching movies like Princess Bride and some of the old black and whites, Scaramouche and Errol Flynn, and I used to love those pirate movies, Captain Blood. And when I went to drama school, we had to do fencing as part of our training, and I was like, this is awesome. And I really got into the fencing. I think other people was like, well, what's the point of this? And I always dreamed of doing that, and here I am in this massive movie for Warner Brothers, playing a pirate with a massive sword fight at the end. And I was like, this is heaven. So we actually worked really hard, Rooney and I, on that sword fight, and it was choreographed to be on the deck of the ship and a few bits of jumping around. And Joe saw it and said, I love it, but I want to put it up there on that mast, which was basically the width of a gymnastics beam, you know. And I was like, okay. So we had to go back and do all that. But this whole movie was a dream come true. This was the biggest set I think that has ever been built in England. That's what I've been told. And if there's one bigger, I would love to know what it was. But when I first went to show Joe my full look in costume and makeup, and I was doing a test, Joe was shooting in Neverland. So I said, I'll go and find him. So we went out, and Joe was somewhere scouting around for a shot, for his next shot. It took us 15 minutes to find the director. There were 4 ADs going around looking for Joe. Where's Joe? Where's Joe? Where's Joe? And no one is. He's by the mushroom on top of the thing with the thing and the birds, and that's how big it was. And so it was, and it smelt like a real forest. There were real trees in there. There were greenskeepers. It was always lit, really lit, and there was music. It was kind of like being in Burning Man or something. It was astonishing, and the ships were real, and it was a great opportunity, one which I probably won't get to do again. Levi was one of, I believe, 4,000 kids who auditioned, and you know, this is the same studio who did Harry Potter, so they did a very similar search. Do you want to be Peter Pan? And they had lines going down Leicester Square, and Levi, school kid from Brisbane, put something on tape, probably in his living room, I don't know, and about 5 auditions later, had this part in his first real film of any kind. And I'll never forget the very last day of filming, and he had a tear rolling down his eye, and I gave him a hug and I said, man, you were so great, and you're going to be many more movies, don't worry. And he said, no, you don't understand, I've got to go back to school tomorrow. You know, when you're an 11-year-old, you get thrown into Neverland playing Peter Pan, and you're flying and singing, and it was, I think, heaven, and I'm so proud of what he's done. The whole world is about to fall in love with Levi Miller. The original Peter Pan by J.M. Barrie had that great combination of being such an adventure tale for kids, and for being really poignant and meaningful for adults, and reminding adults to be more like kids. And the movie does that. It's a movie that finally, for me, I can take my family to, my kids to, and they just loved it as much as my wife loved it, as my in-laws sort of loved it. It's one of those movies for everyone that is pure adventure and fun and fantasy on one level, but for adults it just makes you feel like being a little kid again.